Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jalen Dawes, of course, and this is Jalen Unplugged. Today is going to be a regular video. We're just doing sitting down, chart time, taking a trade, and then moving on with our day. So let's go ahead and see what the day brings us. Let's jump right onto the charts. All right, so weekly looks like it's opening bearish, so we're most likely looking for sells today. Yeah, we got a lot of bearish momentum here, and we haven't breaking out of this little funk that we're in here. Yeah, still looks mighty bearish. Yeah, that looks about right. We could be filling this gap here and then continuing lower, but we haven't taken this high here yet. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a zone out of this. And looks like we got something here. And this is our overall high. Let's go to the 1 hour reset. Yeah, so there's like something here. Don't know what it is, but there's something here. 30, what we got? So we don't got a setup yet. And since we're looking for a sell, that is a point of interest. But obviously doesn't have to use that to fill. But definitely point of interest right now. This is still in play low key because some people would take this as the swing high. So that's still in play. I would kind of want to see it either tap into here or create a whole new zone. See what that looks like on the 5. Don't look like the worst thing in the world, but this here, for sure, if I were to take this, I would have up here as my swing. But as of now, I'll be waiting for this to get broken, so I'm not gonna leave that marked. I would be looking for a fresh setup or tapping into this box and using that to push down. But it really all depends on what forms and how it forms. So as of now, we're still waiting because I would want to see this trend line broken, or either using this trend line to take us up to tap into here, and then whatever rejection we get up here, we would use that to push down. But as of now, we're still just waiting for that trend line to get broken, because technically this is a good setup to use because it hasn't been tapped into. But overall, I would be waiting for a trend line break and push down like what it did up here. So it's either going to use this or it's going to just create its own. So either one we're waiting for, because it's 7:23. And that's the setup that I would like to see happen. But it did also just tap into this, so it could be forming a buy setup, but I would prefer a sell setup, especially with how this bearish market has been. We haven't had any bullish pressure in a couple weeks, realistically, since like over here. That was like a week ago. Like, look at this, bro. This is not good price action whatsoever. Not good. So I would like to see a sell off happen. That's what my overall bias is pushing towards, is sells. Obviously right now we are bullish, but it's not like actual bullish pressure, because as you can see on the overall, we are bearish. We are going to push down a lot harder than we would go up. So that's what we would be waiting for, is a bearish setup here. So it would be like a rejection or a pullback in a sense for this bullish trend that it's doing right now. Kind of like how it did here, and then push down, and then because it took 3 candles to push up this high, and then 2 candles took it all out. So we're basically looking for that again. That's the overall bias right now. So we're just waiting for a clean setup or to tap into this at our trading window. So that's what we're waiting on right now. We'll be back. Okay, another thing to keep in mind, we do have news today. We got 4 red folders at 8:30. So that could be another reason why it's just pushing up. And yeah, it could be using this as a big sell-off, or it's going to create another setup. So news at 8:30, keep that in the back of our mind. We don't really care too much about news, but like it lets us know when there's going to be a lot of volatility in the market. So 8:30 should be our trading time. We're probably not going to get a setup until 8:30, but obviously we're going to keep our eyes open and see what we see. So we'll be back at market open. Okay guys, so we are currently pushing up still. We haven't had a break to the downside, and that's exactly what we'll be looking for, because it overextended itself here. So we would either come back up and tap up here, or we would form a new setup. I would kind of prefer a new setup because this setup is old, and a fresh setup would just be nice to have. So I would like to see a new setup form, but we never know what we're going to get. So we're just currently waiting. But it does look like we are pushing down again. But yeah, so we're just currently waiting right now. Which is funny because it tapped into this setup here. And looks like that is holding. This here is what we're in right now. So I would like for this setup to hold and push down to the downside and make a new setup, and we'll just take that instead of this one up here. It's what I would like to see, at least. We never know what we're gonna get, so we're just waiting. And so I'll come back once we get a setup formed, or once we're pushing higher to tap in. All right, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, this setup is starting to look real enticing because we are getting closer to 8:30. So this could be that 8:30 setup. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking real enticing. I'm definitely thinking about setting the limit and just taking a shot at it, see what we get. Might throw that at it. Yeah, this is looking real enticing, I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely thinking about this setup right here. Definitely thinking about it, man. It looks good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks good. Okay, guys, so we're about 22 minutes into the trading session, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this setup. It looks good, I'm not gonna lie. And anybody that got into sells early just got stopped out. Anyone that took this setup here just got stopped out. So this is looking real interesting to me, I'm not gonna lie. It looks real interesting. The only thing is that it could also be making a buy setup right now, but just off of market structure, this setup makes the most sense right now. Looking for a buy really doesn't look like the thing to do. Just going off of market structure. Definitely just going off of market structure. Sells looks a lot better. I don't know though. I don't know. I kind of like that sell setup. I really, really like that sell setup. And the fact that this 30-minute candle is trying to slow down before it taps in here. I like that. I'm not gonna lie, I like that. I might just go ahead and set the limit. I'm definitely willing to take the chance with this setup. I like the way this looks. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and set that limit because I like the way this looks right now. This looks really good. So we have our limit set. So we are currently just waiting to see what happens here. I really, really like this. On the higher time frame, it's there. The setup is there. So I, I like this. I like this a lot. Definitely, definitely like this. Copy image. I like this setup. I would like to see what happens at 8:30. I really do like this setup. My only thing is this up here. It's the only thing I don't really like about this setup. Yeah, it's the one thing I don't like. I don't like this over here. I really, really don't. Everything else looks good though. Literally everything else looks good. I just don't like that there's a setup right above. Okay, 830 is about to hit. Yeah, I think 10 contracts is a little bit too much. We're just gonna take our 1900. All right, it's now 8:30. This is the news candle, and there is four different news that's coming out all in this one candle. So this should be a huge, huge candle. Okay, here's a huge candle. Okay, the news candle looks like it's gonna give us our entry. Let's see what we're doing on a lower time frame. So that EMA is coming up, so we could flip under it and get the push that we're looking for. And we're also slowing on the 3-minute. Looks like it wants to push away from this area. So we just gotta wait and see what happens. But we do have our limits set. All right, so let's see what we get here. I'm just gonna let this run without me here. I'll be right back. guys, so we are currently still waiting for our entry. We did not get tapped in just because I went for the more of a safe approach. I redid my box off of this here. So this is what the first trade would have been. For anyone that took this, they're currently in the trade. And it looks like we're coming back up to entry at this moment. But yeah, so if you would have taken it this way, you would still be in this trade, but you would not have hit a 1 to 3. It has not went for a 1 to 3 yet. So far it dropped down to a 1 to 2 is the most that it's given. So I mean, anyone that took that, they got a dub. But I went for the more safe approach, the 5 minute entry with the 15-minute swing. So that's what we went with, the 5 minute entry with the 15-minute swing instead of the 15-minute entry with the 15-minute swing, just to play it a little bit safe. Um, and on top of everything, we ended up respecting this trend line. So I would be happy to get my re-entry and then break it, because the trend line, it can break at entry just of how steep this angle is. So I would like to see it break at the entry and then just give a hard rejection off of that. That's what I would like to see, especially because we had news today and it didn't really give us a crazy candle. I believe this was the news candle. Yeah, this was the 8:30 news candle, and it didn't really give us anything too crazy. So I would like to see it preserve that energy, give it to us for our entry, and then just drop. That's what I would like to see. So we are currently waiting for our 5 minute gap to get filled. Up here, this gap here didn't get filled, so that's what we're currently waiting on, because it's up here. So we're waiting on this gap right here to get filled, or maybe even this gap, because that's what we are playing our entry off of, is this one here. So if we get this entry and then drops, I'll be happy. That's what I'll be looking for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and go outside, read my book for a little bit, relax, and we'll be back when we get something interesting going on. I'm gonna monitor it from my phone. And once we get into it, I'll come back to the computer. So our trade overall was right. We just didn't get our entry. Let me show you guys. So what I was looking for was this one here. Make that red. So this is what I was looking for today. Stops right above, aiming for 1 to 3. So this is what I was looking for. I just never got tapped in. So trade came and went. It is what it is. Missed trades happened. So I don't think I'm gonna look to take anything else today. I really don't think it can come up and give that entry anymore. I think it's a little played out at this time, because it's kind of getting late. It's about to be 10. I don't know. It's definitely possible, but I would have definitely rather to see that entry get tapped a little earlier. I mean, never know. It is a good chance that it could still happen, but I don't know, bro. I think if I were to take it, I would just move, not move, but I would probably lower the risk a little bit. Because overall TP did get hit, and we didn't get that dramatic push. So I don't know. I don't know. What's one contract? 60. I think this is because it's so late. I might just lower the risk. I don't know. I don't know if it's even worth the setup anymore. Because now it looks like it's making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then continue up. I don't know. I would have liked to be that higher high to drop to make the higher low. That's what I prefer. Because I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I would probably have to wait and see that reaction. I don't know. I kind of like the setup the way it's looking again. I don't know, bro. Like I'm looking at it and I just like the way it looks. Like I just really like the way it looks. I'm not going full lot size though. My full contract size for the 6. But I'm gonna try half of it. I'm gonna do the 330. I just like the way it looks. I mean, if we take a loss for 330, it is what it is. But I just like the way it looks. It looks so good. Okay, it tapped us in. guys, so I just got ready for work. I'm about to head out the door. But we're still in this trade somehow. We're just in drawdown. So I mean, we're just gonna wait and see what happens. Maybe we break this trend and just drop. But I don't know. I'm not super confident in this trade anymore. The move was starting to happen, but then it went back up for whatever reason. It also could be. Ooh, let me put that back. It could be this gap up here that's just pulling us. So it's a good chance that it would want to come up, fill this gap, and then maybe drop for today. But I don't know. Um, we're just gonna hold it, see what happens. If we lose, we lose. It's not that big of a deal. That's why we lowered our risk, uh, just because we knew that it was a lower chance of it playing out, just because how late in the day it is. I would have preferred this move to happen on this candle here. Um, but yeah, so I'm not super confident in this trade anymore. It is what it is. If it's gonna play out, it's gonna play out. If not, cool too. That's why I lowered the risk, so it's not that big of a deal. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I would like to see this push down to fill these gaps, but I mean, if it doesn't happen, it is what it is. I just would. That's what I would have liked to see happen for today. But it looks like it might take us out this trade now. But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to work, and we'll probably do a recap once I get off of work of what happened in the rest of the trade. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because I gotta go to work. So I'll see you guys later. Deuces. Okay, guys. So real quick, just to wrap this video up, um, I think overall with our bias, we were good because this move did happen. It just happened without us. Like, if we were to be, if we were to have been tapped into this trade, I would have shortened my stops just because we didn't go into drawdown whatsoever. So I would have shortened my stops and then go for a 1 to 3 from here. But it is what it is. The move happened without us. It was kind of weird though because that news candle definitely should have been bigger, and that would have been what triggered us into the trade, but it just didn't happen. This was the 8:30 candle, which was the news candle, and it definitely should have came up, tapped us into the box, and then it would have dropped off for sure because there was a lot of sell-off potential, but I don't know. The volume just didn't kick in until super late. Like I was expecting this volume to happen right after the um the news candle, but we didn't get that drop off. Like all the momentum didn't kick in until after, like what, 12 o'clock? Yeah. So after 12 o'clock, that's when the real like move happened. It was just consolidation beforehand. So it is what it is. I feel like overall with the move we were good. If we would have just had that news candle tap us into the box earlier, that it would have played out in our favor because we had the bigger candles on the sell side, but I don't know, it just didn't happen. But it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned till the end. So yeah, remember, stay unplugged. Deuces.